trying to preserve what we have left and regain our lost sovereignty. And I think we all agree with that statement. But I think the biggest threat to our sovereignty, other than being conquered by a foreign military power, is the implementation of CBDC. And I've got some bad news for you, and it could fit under this label. What was coming is no longer coming. It's already here. We're going to walk you through that right here on the show. We are brought to you by Noble Gold. Well, right now it's over 4. All gone. All gone. It's created a mini fact sheet here. Wait, that was the disguise. That was the wrapping over the box of horse crap that we were given. And what we were given was the promise of, oh, you got 40,000 ATMs you can use immediately. Yeah, here's the problem. All funds, all bank transfers first go through the Federal Reserve. They're already building an algorithm on you, so when you try to deceive their criminal system that's coming, the satanic mark of the beast, if you will, they will already know what your patterns are. When you deviate, we're here to talk to you about your finances. Open up. A day's coming. Again, no. The day is here right now. Let me go through some details here. This crime against the American people started when Nixon took us off the gold standard completely. Completely. I don't know how he thought he had the authority to do it. Where was the chicken liver Congress? Exactly. Remember, we were already fighting an illegal war in Vietnam at that point. All right, now we look at Dodd-Frank 2010. After the last crash in 2008, total fraud, subprime mortgages, all that crap, all that nonsense, didn't have a job, could buy a house, and everything collapsed. Yeah, okay. Oh, gee, we're the billionaires that made trillions, but now that we're losing our backsides, you have to bail us out. So it's capitalism on the way in, and it was socialism, our problem, on the way out. And then we got Dodd-Frank 2010, and you hear me talk about it with Noble Gold all the time, because what Dodd-Frank says is the banks can keep your money. Now, they don't now, because the fractional reserve banking, they get to loan out $9 approximately for prison. They do it, you become with crypto. What we know, the farther the fall, the bigger the rebound. And stay tuned, because we're going to cover crypto sometime this week in a later segment. All right, now, if we're going to have a crisis that'll fully bring CBDC in, it's never going to be done all at once. It's being done progressively. Here's how they did it in the first step. When they brought in FedNow, every transaction does not go bank to bank. It goes bank to Federal Reserve to bank. That's how they build the algorithm on you. This is how they get your pattern, and eventually this is how they're going to get your money. And they're going to digitize everything in a collapsed dollar, and I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out that will be the crisis. We're $38 trillion in debt. We're fiat currency. 50 nations plus now are in the BRICS, which are using gold-backed currencies or strictly gold themselves.
Shalom, shalom. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash, the Bwana Selda, and the apostles of the Mason who do well. A peace, blessing, and salutation to you, Akiamua, pushing these truths to the four winds of the heaven, and being at the forefront of the spiritual war, and to make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise here on Yeshageni, as in the days of old. So it is another lesson coming to you through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Man, in this lesson, we are going to see on the development of the infrastructure of the mark of the beast. And it is at the peak, which means is it have already been perfected. And what the elite are doing is they are creating what we call polycrisis in order to get the perfect opportunity to implement the more TB, because you ain't gonna roll in the more TB just like that. Because there will be too much resistance, man. And this devil have calculated it to the T, step by step, on what they will do to implement this. Don't get it twisted, it will get pushback, but what can you do? As the host of the show, the Common Sense Show, was saying, is they have managed to create a way where they control every cent you have, man. They have managed to control your food, they have managed to control your water, they have managed to control everything, man. And it needed to go through the government. Everything you do, it will be linked to your digital ID, it will be linked to your bank, linked to your insurance, every essentials you need in your life. Going back to 2020, we have non-essential workers and essential workers, man. And we have things which are essential to your life, man. And certain things have become essential to your life because the government made it so. For example, water. You see, you need to go to the government to get water. You need to go to the government to get energy. You need to go to the government to get food. You need to go to the government to get everything, man. Everything is connected, man. So they have created a system where you are dependent on it. And without it, you ain't gonna be able to function unless the Moshiach Haba Hashem Yahshua is with you, man. You see, and all of this will lead to the final testing. You see, the mark of the beast is not about Esau, man. The mark of the beast is about the Moshiach setting up that final testament before the kingdom of the heaven. And Esau happened to be the perfect devil to implement that, man. You see? So the Moshiach lied to Esau. He got Esau in a trick back thinking that he is about to become a god. But on the flip side, the Moshiach just used Esau to set up that final testament. And we are seeing the perfection of the final testament. So going into Habakkuk 2, we sound like a broken record, but what can we do? Habakkuk 2:2, and the Lord said, and the Lord, Salakia, I repeat, Habakkuk 2:2, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai answered me and said, light is a vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may learn that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and no lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So there was a time where we had literal going on concerning this prophecy, man. Of course, there was always something going on, but not as compared to what's going on right now. People are starting to receive the more TB, man, for different reasons. But eventually it will be mandatory, man. You see, and that day will come like a thief in the night, man. You see? That day will come like a thief in the night. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourself know perfect that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. I was watching yesterday about the Chinese, man, and how they are accomplishing their technology concerning the MOTB or the brain chip, man. And I went to the comment board and everybody was praising the Chinese, how technologically advanced they are and how they want to beat America to the game. And this is all this corporate in America, man. Everybody was praising science like science is a god, man. You see? And this is the time we're living in, man. You see? And when everybody think everything will be better, we'll be able to improve our lifespan, man. We'll be able to improve our livelihood through science, man. Through technology, where people will get treated with incurable diseases, man. Disability and everything, man. So they are considering this to be a breakthrough in human civilization, where a man and a machine can be merged. But what they don't know, this is a peace and safety, man. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, Then sudden destruction comes upon them as they travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And she, as they travail upon a woman with child, and shall not escape. You see, so this is the end, man. This is it, man. And this will bring me into another scripture. You see, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my passion. This is to the elect. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, man. So we are approaching the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the old to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see? So the hour of temptation is coming, man. To try all. You see, to try all. So I want to make a quick update, man, concerning the CBDC, in which even as everyday Joe, as these people in the world, they understand. There's a host of the Common Sense show. He said it's a mark of the beast, man. Really, the CBDC are not the mark of the beast, but they prelude to the mark of the beast, a stepping stone, so to speak. So this is a session. I hope you are edified. Also, next.